the stand already. It's 30 minutes before it gets daylight, but it's got a really full moon. It's going to be really bright for a while. Well, good morning, guys. Today is November 20th, Saturday. I am in the great state of Arkansas, and I'm on a quota hunt. I bought a permit to hunt this place, and I got out here this morning way early, and I've got a guy in a tripod about 150, 200 yards right out in front of me. Then another guy parks his truck down here, gets out, gets on a bicycle, and then drives down the gravel road. He could have drove his truck down the road. I don't know what he was doing. Anyways, he drives down the gravel road on a bicycle and spooks deer, and they just run across the... I'm looking at a big CRP field. The deer went running across. And then another guy just shot, so I don't know if they shot one of those 3 does or if they shot something else. The good news is it's supposed to rain tomorrow. This is only a 2-day hunt. Tomorrow it's supposed to rain all day, so I have a feeling this guy in this tripod's not going to be sitting out there in the rain. Me, on the other hand, I could have an umbrella set up in this tree. Just a little mid-morning update. It's 9 o'clock. It's the first day of a 2-day quota hunt. You get to shoot a gun. I got a guy in a tripod right over here about 150-ish yards. I just had a guy walk up behind me and sit down less than 100 yards behind me. Alright guys, well it is midday. It's just about noontime right now. I hunted this morning. Like I said, I'm on a quota hunt. The spot that I've been hunting, or that I set up to hunt for this weekend, is kind of busted up. I had people walking on all sides of me. It's a pretty big piece of land, so I'm fixing to go find a new spot. I found a little field down here that it's got weeds this high. But on the map it looks like it's a little lower, a little further down the field. So I got my sticks and my hanging stand, and I'm fixing to do a hanging hunt real quick for this afternoon. And I've seen trail camera pictures of deer out here, and there are some really nice bucks running around here, but I've only got 2 days to hunt. I'm gonna go down in this field. I'm gonna try to pick out a good tree. There's a south wind today, which is really weird for late November, but it's straight out of the south right now. So I'm gonna try to get down here, and I'm gonna hunt kind of a crosswind. So the field runs east and west like this. It's right out here, and I'm gonna get on the north side or south side, one of the two. Doesn't really matter for my purposes. I'm looking down the field, hopefully gonna line up where I think the deer are gonna cross and keep it about the 100-yard mark. And then I'll have a crosswind on them. They won't smell me. I'm good to go. So anyways, I'll catch you guys in the tree. See, my thought was I'm in between these two trees. And I could still see all of this. Alright guys, it is Saturday afternoon. It is about 60 degrees. I just got set up. I'm gonna pan you around and kind of let you see what I'm hunting. This is some really thick woods back in here. This is all bedding back here. And then the high side over there, you'll have a few oaks, right? But the road is back that way. And I like looking at that little shallow area because you can see the deer easier. But I thought it might be too close to the road. My wind is blowing that way, so I'm probably not going to see much deer from that way, but I got a crosswind on all of that out there, which is pretty tall. I don't really know if I'm going to be able to see the deer very well. Obviously a large buck with a big rack I'll see pretty easy, but if some does come through, they're going to be a lot harder to pick out. But there's this little side field over here, and you can see about 20 yards up in the woods over there. You can see just in the edge of the woods. So if anything comes working that line over there, I should be able to shoot in there too. And there's briars everywhere, so there's forage out here in the field if they want it. And there's way more of it down the edge of the field. There's a lot of briar, and there should be some oaks dropping in there. There should be acorns on the ground if they haven't eaten them all. It should be way too early in the year for that to have happened. But I wanted to have the best vantage point for seeing way out. I don't even know what time it is. It's like 1 o'clock probably. So I've got 4 hours until it gets dark. So 4.5. I don't anticipate them moving until right at last light, but it is a full moon, so I wanted to get out here early just in case. There might have been some midday movement or something. Anyways, let's sit back and see what happens. I'm shaking like a leaf. I'm sitting here watching this CRP, and a buck just stands up out of the grass. I don't even know what time it is. It's 3:45. This big buck just stands up in the grass out here. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm turning the camera, getting it situated. He's coming right at me, and I'm thinking, oh my God, he's gonna walk right over here. Well, so I had my camera set up, and I was trying to film through all those sticks right there. And the camera would not focus. There was too many limbs in the way, it wouldn't focus. So I had to zoom it way back. I don't think it caught any of it, but the deer spun around and started going away from me. And I was like, crap. Matter of fact, I couldn't even shoot through the limbs. I had to stand up on the seat of my stand and anchor to the tree to get above as many of the limbs as I could. And then I just shot. And when I shot, he took off running. Well, he took off running, and then he piled up right in the field. Like, when he took off running, he didn't look injured. But, I'm shooting a muzzleloader and the smoke went everywhere, so I didn't see the shot. But I just saw him run out in the grass, and he just fell. So I think he's down right over there. I'm going to give him a few minutes, and then I'm going to walk over there and see. But he looked to be like a really nice 8-point is what he looked like. But the moment I saw his rack, I was like, and that's the only way I knew there was a deer over there. I saw his rack coming through the grass. And I was like, what is that? And I put my scope on it and it turned. I was like, oh my God. He was about to come right here into this opening. But he turned around and went away. And so I had to shoot in a hurry. And it was so funny. I'm standing on the stand on my tippy toes, trying to get as high up as I could because of all these limbs in this willow tree. But I got him. I hate that the video is probably going to suck, but you'll at least get to see the recovery. So, hang and hunt wins. I'll catch you up when I get closer to the deer. Alright guys, that was my setup. And I was trying to video through all these limbs on this side of the tree. The deer just came out right in line with it. So let me walk around over here. I really do apologize for the video, guys. There was no way I could get that on video because I couldn't get the camera to focus through all those limbs, which actually worked out well because the deer couldn't see me. But I'm going to get to the angle the deer was so you can see. So the buck was standing out there about another 50-60 yards, about another 50 yards. And you can't really tell here, but my stand being in that tree, all these tree limbs are on this side of the tree. And the camera, I just could not focus it through there. But let's go out here and see what we got. I'm pretty sure I watched the deer fall. You see what the deer were in was this stuff. The buck was standing in this taller stuff right here. And he started to come this way. But then he turned around and was headed that way. And so when I shot him, he was out in here. And he crashed in the field like right over there. I'm gonna keep my gun up just in case. I believe he's down. He crashed somewhere in here. But I don't see him. Well, that's not good. I'm probably gonna have to step on him to see him. Oh, here he is. I told you, look, I had to walk right up on him. Oh my God, that is a big bodied sucker, man. I have no idea how to get him out of here. He's too big. I mean, that is a toad. He's got one, trying to get a sticker off of that G2 over there. And he's got one right off his base, right off by his eye guard. That is a big deer. Alright, so I shot him with the CVA Optima. And this dude, hang on. It is really hard to do this with a camera and hold the deer all by yourself in this field. But you can see that is a brute, and this is very bladed and sharp right here. I mean, that's actually sharp to hold. But that is a big body deer. Really big body. Man, I smashed him. I mean, that's a great shot for being on my tippy toes standing on the stand. Great deer. Well, good thing is I got a lot of time to go back and get my cart and get him out of here. So let me get to cracking. First deer on the board is a good one. I like it. All right, guys, I am back at the house. Obviously, it is Sunday the 21st, and I was going to wrap up this video here. You can't really tell it from the camera probably, but it is rainy, wet, and nasty. I am super stoked that I don't have to sit in that today and that I made my connections yesterday. My uncles are still hunting out there today, and they said almost nobody showed up because nobody wants to hunt in that. It's actually better for the deer movement, but nobody likes to hunt in that. So, I did take this by the game warden check station on the way out, and they weighed it and they aged it and they did the CWD testing and all that stuff. Today I've been working on the Euro mount. As you can see, I've cut most of the soft tissue off. I'm fixing to go in here and boil it and then pressure wash it, but it's getting there. The hardest part is done. So I'll be working on that for the rest of the day and hopefully get it wrapped up today. But next week I'll be hard at them again, and hopefully I'll make a connection in Tennessee at some point. It'd be fantastic. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll hopefully see you again next week. Appreciate you.